सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मुरहर नगधर मुकुन्द माधव मुरहर नगधर मुकुन्द माधव मुरहर नगधर गरुडगमन पंकजनाभा गरुडगमन पंकजनाभा मुरहर नगधर मुकुन्द माधव गरुडगमन पंकजनाभा परम पुरुष भव भंजन केशव परम पुरुष भव भंजन केशव नर मृग शरीर नमो नमो नर मृग शरीर नमो नमो नर मृग शरीर नारायण ते नमो नमो भव नारद सन्नुत नमो नमो नारद सन्नुत आदिदैव सकलागम पूजित यादव कुल मोहन रूपा आदिदैव सकलागम पूजित यादव कुल मोहन रूपा वेदोद्धार श्री वेंकटनायक वेदोद्धार श्री वेंकटनायक पुरंदर विठ्ठल नमो नमो नारायण ते नमो नमो भव Narada Sannuta Namo Namo. Narada Sannuta Namo Namo. Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya SriKrishnaya Vayam Namaha. Yes, so we were discussing verse number 5. Manam syasan prasannani sadhunam asuradruham. So in that auspicious time, the minds of all the noble ones, the good-hearted ones, the sadhus, they became peaceful, cheerful. Jayamane jane tasmin nedurdundubhayo divi. So when that Lord, now see the description of the birth of the Lord. Jayamane ajane. When that birthless one was born. Jayamane, when he was born. Who is born? Ajane, the one who has no birth. Means what? This whole drama of birth is actually an illusion. That Bhagavan is born. How can the Creator be born in a creation and that creation is his own creation? Is it possible? You see. So Bhagavatam actually doesn't believe in Bhagavan's birth. Jayamane ajane tasmin. That one who is ajana, who is birthless, is born. Jayamane ajane tasmin. At that time, what happened? Now the description is about Ādhidaivika level. Nedur dundubhayo divi. Divi in the heavens. What was happening? Dundubis. Dundubi means kettle drum. You know. When there is a big celebration, they sound the kettle drum. So it could be heard in the heavens. Dundubayaha neduhu. Jaguh kinnara gandharvaha tushtuvu siddhacharanaha vidyadharyascha nanratuhu apsarobhis samam tada. Jaguhu, they sang in the heavens. Who sang? Kinnaras and Gandharvas. So they are the orchestra party in the heavens. Kinnaras and Gandharvas. So you'll find that just like in this world, all communities are there. So in the heavens also we have communities. So their names are Kinnaras and Gandharvas. Tushtuvuhu siddhacharanaha. Siddhacharanas. They are, you can call them saints and sages like people, meditative people. What did they do? Tushtuvuhu. They sang the stuti of the Lord. Vidyadharyascha nanrtuhu. Apsurobhis samam tada. Along with apsaras, vidyadharas, they danced. So this is at the Ādhidaivik level. Mumuchur munayo devaha sumanamsi mudanvitaha mandam mandam jaladharaha jagarjur anusagaram. Mumuchur munayo devaha. The munis, the devatas, what did they do? They showered. What did they shower? Sumanamsi, fragrant, beautiful flowers they showered. Mudanvitaha, with great joy. Mandam mandam jaladharaha. What is jaladhara? Jaladhara. Dhara means one who upholds, supports, carries. What? Jala. The one who carries water. So who are they? the clouds. Mandam mandam jaladharaha jagarjuhu. They did garjanam, roaring. How? Not loudly. Mandam mandam. A mild roar of this water carrying clouds. But that roar also had a, rhythm. What was the rhythm? Anusagaram, according to the Sagara, ocean. If you observe this, if you are on the shore of the ocean, you will find that the waves also have the same sound, as though there is a roar. Oceans also roar. So that roaring of that thunder was in tune with the roaring of the ocean. There was a rhythm. A tala, laya, everything was there. Right. And then, Nishithe tama udbhute jayamane janardane devakyam devarupinyam Vishnu sarva guhashayah avirasidhyatha pracyam dishinduhu iva pushkalah. Nishithe, in that night, Nisha, in that night, Tama udbhute. What kind of night it was? Extremely dark. Tamas was there. In that night which was extremely dark. What was the time? Jayamane, Janardane, when Janardana was going to be born. Now see the term used. What is the term used? Janardana. Always you will find when the name of the Lord is given, that name has something to do with the context. Always. Now this is something which the sadhakas can contemplate upon. In Bhagavad-Gītā also various names are given to Bhagavan. So many terms, names are given. Madhava, Madhusudana, Mahabaho. You will have to find what is the relationship of that meaning of that name in that context. A lot of things are mentioned here. Now, here the term used is Janardana. So, what is the meaning of Janardana? So, Bhagavan Shankaracharya in Vishnu Sahasranama commentary, he gives the meaning of this Janardana. What is it? So, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Janardana means two meanings are there. Janan, Durjanan, Ardayati, Hinasti, iti Janardana. One meaning. Now we will see how that meaning is applicable here. First meaning, Janan. What kind of Janan? Durjanan. Wicked people. What does Bhagavan do? Ardayati. Jana Ardana. You see? Janan Ardayati. Durjanan Ardayati. Ardayati means what? Hinasti. Destroys. So the one who destroys the wicked people is called Janardana. So what is that verse in Bhagavad-Gītā? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. See, that meaning has come in Janardana. So now this is an avatar which is going to happen. So two things have to be done. What are the two things? Protection of the virtuous, punishment for the wicked. So this is one meaning. Janan, Durjanan, Ardayati, Hinasti, iti Janardana. One meaning. But what about the good ones? See the second meaning. Janaihi, Purushartham, Abhyudaya, Nishreya, Lakshanam, Yachyate, iti Janardana. What is the meaning? That Supreme Lord to whom the good-hearted ones pray. What do they pray? Purushartham. They pray for Purushartha. What is Purushartha? Abhyudaya Nishreya Lakshanam. What is Purushartha? These two should be there. What are we praying to the Lord? we are praying two things from the Lord. What are they? Abhyudaya, Nishreyasa. Abhyudaya means material prosperity. Bhagavan, I want two things from you. Number one, Abhyudaya, material prosperity. Number two, Nishreya. Nishreya means that which is ultimate good, which is nothing but liberation. So, on one side there should be material prosperity, on the other side there should be spiritual evolution. These are the two things which devotees pray to the Lord. They seek from the Lord. Yajyate, they seek. You see, this is called as paritranaya sadhuna. So that one word has got so many meanings, you see. So that Lord who is born mainly for do these purpose. What is the purpose? Destruction of the wicked, protection of the virtuous. Protection of the virtuous means what? He will bless with material prosperity and also with spiritual evolution. The ultimate is liberation. Now, again we have to understand what is destruction of the wicked. Now, this has to be clearly understood. Is destruction of the wicked killing them? No. When do you kill a sinner? You kill a sinner when you destroy the sinful tendencies in that person. Then you have destroyed that sinner. Destroying the sinner doesn't mean killing the sinner. When that sinful tendencies in a person is destroyed, then you have destroyed the sinner. How to destroy the sinful tendencies? All the sinful tendencies in us, these sinful tendencies are born because of self-ignorance. We don't know who we are. We think we are the body. The moment we consider ourselves to be the body, then there is competition, jealousy, hatred, everything starts. So the source of all sinful tendency is self-ignorance. So therefore, if the sinful tendency in a person has to be destroyed, what has to be done? That person has to be educated. That person has to be given right knowledge. So this is the first priority. Give that person the right knowledge. Give him the right understanding. And when that right understanding comes, the sinful tendency automatically goes away. Right. It is always the education which is the most important thing. Even a simple education in dharma can protect a person. You know? How is it? Just a simple, what you call, the famous karma theory. What is karma theory? As you sow, so shall you reap. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. If this simple education is given, see, whatever you do comes back to you. Whatever karma you do, it will come back as karma phala. So if you do good, good will happen to you. If you do bad, bad will happen to you. If this education is given, will any person commit sin? You see? It's not possible because I don't want bad things to happen to me. Just teach him the laws of this universe. We are all connected. There is nobody other than you. So when you are giving pain to others, that pain comes back to you. So once that person understands this, then he will never do anything wrong. He's not bothered about whether the police is watching him or the CCTV is watching him. No, he knows that if I have done wrong, the law is such that it will come back to me. So then people will be dharmic, righteous. So what is the most important is right knowledge. Now this is called education. This is the education we have to give to our younger generation. And that is what is lacking today. Right. So this is the first way of destroying the wicked people. Give them knowledge. Then they will automatically become dharmatma. And whose responsibility is? In the society, it is a responsibility of the brahmanas. It is a responsibility of brahmana. But suppose this person doesn't listen then. He says, I don't care about this knowledge. Then the role of kshatriya comes. What is the role of kshatriya? With punishment, set him right. Either the person should love the path of righteousness or he should fear the punishment. Out of fear of punishment also people walk the righteous path. Fine, that should be the second option. And this is the responsibility of the Kshatriyas in the society. First give him knowledge. If he is not listening in knowledge, then through punishment set him right. So these Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, it is their responsibility to ensure law and order in the society. Either through right knowledge or through severe punishment. Right. This is how Bhagavan does Dharma Samsthapana. So these Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are considered to be the limbs of the Lord in the scriptures. Because they do Dharma Samsthapana. Yes. So here we are talking of Janardana. So this is the way the Lord ensures Dharma. So now that Bhagavan is going to be born, Jayamane Janardane, in whom is he going to be born? See the term next. Devakyam, Devarupinyam. Who is the mother of Bhagavan? Devaki. And who is Devaki? Devarupini. See the term used. Devarupini means what? Embodiment of divinity. Devarupini doesn't mean some Devatastri. No. The one who is virtuous. The one who is an embodiment of all noble virtues. That is what is Devarupini. So what is the Adhyatmic message? Bhagavan is not born in some Tom, Dick and Harry's heart. Bhagavan is born only in the heart of a person who has prepared the heart. Our job is to prepare the heart, then Bhagavan's avatar will happen in such a heart. Is the meaning. Divine virtues. Only in a pure heart, Bhagavan's presence can be felt. Bandhamuktyatītam param sukham vindatiha jivastu daivika. Which text? Upadesha Sara. Vindati iha jivaha tu daivika. Daivika jivaha vindati. He will get it. Which jiva? Not some jiva. Daivika jivaha. That jivatma who has become divine. So that is why all these virtues should be practiced. Humility, gratitude, devotion, compassion, all these noble virtues in such a heart, that person is the most qualified person to attain liberation. Right. So now Bhagavan is taking birth in not some ordinary lady. Devakyam, Devarupinyam. You see? And who is born? Now see, another term is used for Bhagavan. Vishnu Sarva Guha Ashaya. That Lord, where is his dwelling place? Ashaya means dwelling place. Where does he stay? Sarva Guha Ashaya. The one who dwells in the Guha, in the hearts of all beings. So where is Bhagavan's dwelling place? In the hearts of all beings. So if you want to find Bhagavan, where you have to find him? In the heart. Right. Vishnu also has a meaning, that term. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Yasmat Vishtamidam Sarvam Tasya Shaktya Mahatmanaha Tasmadevochyate Vishnuhu Visherdhatov Praveshanat. Vishnu comes from the root vish. Vish means to enter. The one who has entered in everyone, in everything. Such an all-pervading Lord is called Vishnu. Vyapnoti iti Vishnu, the one who is all-pervading. There's a meaning. So this Lord, who is seated in the hearts of all. Now he is doing a drama. What is a drama? He is born through the womb of Devaki. But actually, who is that Lord? He is there in the hearts of everyone. You see? At the Ādhibhautika level, this is what is happening. But Ādhyatmika level, this is the truth. What is the truth? The spiritual truth is Bhagavan is there in the hearts of everyone. Yes. Avirasit yatha prachyam dishinduhu iva pushkalaha. And that Bhagavan Avirasit, he manifested himself through the womb of Devaki. That Lord who is seated in the hearts of all. That Lord who is the protector of the virtuous, the punisher of the wicked, that Lord, he manifested. How did he manifest? One example is given. What is the example? Praschyam dishi, in the eastern horizon, pushkalaha induhu iva. Like Indu. Who is Indu? Moon. Pushkalaha Indu. Bright moon. Means what? Full moon. So just like that full moon rises in the eastern horizon, in the same way Bhagavan manifested. Now see the example. Dark night and Bhagavan appeared. Right. Now see, can we say moon is born when it is rising? Moon was ever there. But we are able to see only when it rises, isn't it? In the same way, there is no birth for Bhagavan. He only manifested. This is one meaning. Another meaning is, see, in these examples, a lot of things are hidden. Darker the night, the brighter will the moon appear. Yes or no? It is always like that. The brightness of a thing depends on the darkness of the background. In the same way, the sweetness of the Lord depends on the intensity of sorrow. The greater the sorrow, and when you turn your mind towards Bhagavan, Bhagavan appears. That intensity of solace, the intensity of peace, the intensity of joy very much depends upon that sorrow just before that joy appears. Now just imagine the condition of Devaki at that time. Krishna is the 8th child. What has happened to 7 children? All of them, the moment it was born, in front of her eyes, Kamsa killed all of them. Now can you imagine the sorrow of that mother? Newborn babies, grown up ones dying is still okay. But to newborn baby, and that to 7, one after the other. That was that dark night. That was the intensity of sorrow of Devaki. And now Bhagavan appeared. So Bhagavan's appearance was like that whole sky is dark and the moon is rising, the bright moon. Are you able to see the difference? Sorrow is the background, joy is this moon. So that Bhagavan manifested in Devaki, took birth, it was like this. And now there is a description of that Lord, how he appeared. Tamadbhutam balakamambujekshanam Chaturbhujam Shankha-Gadaryudayudham Srivatsalakshmam Galashobhikaustubham Pitambaram Sandrapayodasaubhagam. And when that child appeared, it was a wonder. It was a wonder kid. Tam Adbhutam. What was that wonder in that birth? Balakam Ambuja Ikshanam. That child was so beautiful. Generally, when the child comes out, what does it do? It cries. Now, this baby is not crying. Ambujakshanam, beautiful form, especially the eyes, lotus eyes. Chaturbhujam, with 4 arms. And what is he carrying? Shankha, Gada, Ari, Udayudham. So, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Srivatsa Lakshmam, the mark of Srivatsa on the chest. Galashobhi Kaustubham, Kaustubha money shining in the heart. Pitambaram, wearing a cloth also, the yellow cloth. Sandra Payoda Saubhagam, and there was so much of grace and majesty in that form. Sandra Payoda, Paya means water. Again, water carrying cloud, Payoda. Sandra means heavy, intense, so bluish in color, like the water carrying clouds. So this was that form of that baby. It was a wonder. And the next verse is also a description. By the way, in that print, I have written it down because that one line was gone. Tamudbhutam balakam ambujekshanam chaturbhujam shankha gada gadaryudayudham. That particular line was missing, so it is written there. Verse number 10 also is a description of this beautiful form. Maharha Vaidurya Kirita Kundala Tvisha Parishvikta Sahasra Kuntalam Uddama Kanchangada Kankanadhibihi Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. Vasudeva saw. What did he saw? This Virochamanam, brilliant child. Maharha Vaidurya Kirita Kundala Tisha Parishwakta Sahasra Kuntalam. Kuntala means hair, curly hair. Thick curly hair, Sahasra Kuntalam. And it is shining. This hair is shining. Why is it shining? It is shining because of the Tvisha, that brilliance from Kirita Kundala. So Kirita is also there. Crown is there. Kundala is there. And this Kirita and Kundala, they are studded with gems and jewels. Vaidurya, precious gems. Because of this Kirita and Kundala, the hair was shining. The curly hair. Uddama Kanchi Angada Kankanadhibihi Virochamanam. There is Kanchi, the waist girdle is called Kanchi. Kankana, what is Kankana? The bangle, bracelets. Angada, Angada means armlets here. So armlets are there, bangles are there. The girdle is there, waist girdle, because of it is shining. And this Vasudeva saw this beautiful form of Krishna. What happened to Vasudeva then? That is the next verse. We'll discuss this verse later, okay? This is the beautiful Saguna form of the Lord. You will be stunned within 3 verses. This description will be different, okay? Just have patience. Savismayot pulla vilochano harim sutam vilokyanaka dundubhistada Krishnavatarotsava sambhramo sprushan muda dvijebhyo yutamapluto gavam. So this Vasudeva, when he saw this form of this Lord, what happened to him? Sa vismaya utpulla vilochana. Vilochana means eyes. Utfulla means what? Fully blossomed eyes. Means what? Eyes bulging out. Bulging out because of what? Vismaya utfulla. Full of vismaya, wonder, because this is not the normal way a child is born. Here is a child born, divine, majestic, fully dressed up with 4 arms. So Vasudeva understood this is not an ordinary human being, this is Bhagavan himself, because Chaturbhuja, everything is there. Vismaya utfulla vilochana harim. Harim, who is this Hari? Sutam, my own son. Vilokya Anakadundubihi. Now what is Anakadundubihi? So in the commentary translation is written Vasudeva. But here what is written is Anakadundubi. Anakadundubi means Vasudeva. The one who could hear from his own ears the sounds of Anaka and Dundubi, the kettle drums, etc. from the heaven. So that is why the name of Vasudeva given is Anakadundubi. The one who heard with his ears from the heaven when this child was born. So in short, Vasudeva, he was wonderstruck seeing this beauty of the Lord. And then what did he do? Then and there, this Vasudeva, muda aplutaha, immersed in joy. Muda aplutaha. From where did this joy come from? Krishna Avatara Utsava Sambramaha. Sambramaha, extremely excited because of the Utsava, the festivity. Festivity because of Krishna Avatar, because of the birth of Krishna. This Vasudeva, filled with excitement, drowning in the joy due to the birth of Krishna Avatara. What did he do? Then and there, asprishan, he took a resolve. What is the resolve he took? Dvijebhyaha ayutam gavam asprishan. Dvijebhyaha, to the Brahmanas, I will give ayutam gavam. Ayutam means 10,000. I resolved to give 10,000 cows to the Brahmanas. Thus he took a resolve. Something you have to give, isn't it? When something good happens, you have to give. Charity. Then and there he said, I'm going to give this. Ayutam gava. And then, now, this Vasudeva, what is his condition? The next verse is describing his condition. Athainamastau davadharya purusham param natanga krutadhi krutanjalihi swarochisha bharata sotika graham virochayantam gatabhi prabhavavit. So that Sutika Graham, what is Sutika Graham? The house where the child is born is called Sutika Graham. That Sutika Graham, Virochayantam, it was illumined because of this child's birth. The whole Sutika Graham was brilliantly illumined. Swarochisha, because Bhagavan's body itself was brilliant. That's the meaning here. The whole body was shining. So when this Vasudeva saw this, he understood this is not a ordinary human child. It is Param Purusham. It is the Supreme Lord Himself. Then what did Vasudeva do? Natangaha, prostrating, Krutadhihi, making his mind pure, Krutanjalihi, with folded palms, Gatabhihi, free from all kinds of fear of Kamsa, everything gone. Prabhavavit, the one who knew the glory of this Lord. Atha enam astaut. Avadharya param purusham. This way, knowing fully well that this is none other than Supreme Lord, knowing this, he prostrated in front of the Lord. Father is prostrating in front of son. If you see the Bhautika level. He prostrated in front of him. With a purified mind, he did a stuti of Bhagavan. Now we enter into the stuti. Now if you listen to the stuti, let us see. Verse number 13. Viditosi bhavan sakshat purushah prakritev parah kevalanubhavananda swarupa sarva buddhi druk. Bhagavan viditaha. See, I know who you are. Who are you? Now see the description of the Lord. Sakshat Purushaha. You are that supreme being. Prakritehe Paraha. Beyond Prakriti. And what is your nature? Kevala Anubhava Ananda Swarupa. You are Sachidananda Swarupa. Sarva Buddhi Druk. Druk means what? Witness. You are the witness of all the thoughts. So what is the description here? Description is the description of consciousness, the self. What is he seeing? He is seeing Chaturbhujadhari Krishna. But what is his understanding? That's why earlier he said Prabhavavit, the one who knew exactly who he is. Bhagavan, I know who you are. You are not this form. You are the self in me, the consciousness in me. Now see the beauty of Bhagavatam. In fact, this is the greatness of Veda Vyasa Rishi. When a scripture is written, everybody is satisfied. So in the society you will find people who are less evolved, beginners, who have no basics about Vedanta. For them, what is the description given? Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, beautiful baby Krishna. But for those who have studied Vedanta, who are not interested in all this kind of things, another description is given. Both are descriptions of Krishna only. You see? So in Bhagavatam you will find lessons for the LKG class also and for the PhD class also. Everybody is kept happy. This is the glory of Veda Vyasa Rishi. Because in the society there are people who will not be able to understand the high philosophy. So for them, there's a beautiful story. So according to a layman, an ignorant person, what will be his idea of God? His understanding will be, every living being must have a form. Because I have a form, plants have a form, animals have a form, birds have a form, insects have a form. Therefore, what is the conclusion? Any living being should have a form. Therefore, God should have a form or not? He must have a form. How can he be formless? So Vyasa Rishi said, okay, fine, this is the form. A beautiful form. Okay. Any living being should have a dwelling place. Yes or no? Earthworm is under the earth. Monkey is upon the tree. Human beings, they have made a house. So therefore, Bhagavan, who is a living being, must have a dwelling place. So therefore, what is that dwelling place? Vaikuntha. You see? From a layman's standpoint, all these are necessary. Right. And now because he is the Lord of the universe, he must be rich. So how to express your wealth? Kirita, Kundala. And because you are the Lord of the universe, your beauty should be the ultimate. So it's a beautiful one. This is the way a common man thinks. And therefore, in the scripture, there must be a description which is in line with the thinking of a common man. So they are also taken. You see? In fact, you will find that is why Bhagavatam is popular among all categories of people. How did it become popular? Everybody finds something in tune with his nature, in line with his evolution. Right. Now again, for the beginner, this form of the Lord is a very, very good support. For a beginner, meditate on God. If you ask him to meditate upon consciousness, he will not be able to do it. Because tremendous purity is needed. So then what is the best way? This is the best way. This meditation can be, we can even make the children do it. Now we are going to handle so many children in the Baliviyar classes. Try this. Beautiful form of the Lord in front. Tell the children, closely observe all the details of that Lord. Kirita is there, Kundala is there, Angada is there, Kankana is there, Kanchi is there. A beautiful form, sky blue in color, Pitambar Veshadhari. Tell these children, look at it, close your eyes, and then try to visualize. And they say, now I will take the photo, now you have to tell me. It can be quiz also. I'm going to take the photo after some time. You remember these details. So then what happens? When you're doing this, Chitta Shuddhi happens. Because you're meditating upon the Lord, Chitta Ekagrata happens. And that is why in Bhagavatam this is again and again repeated. Meditate upon the external form of the Lord. In fact, if you see Pujya Gurudev's biography, this is what he used to do. So the rule was, you will not get food without, after bhajan only you will get food. So you have to be present in that bhajan session. So what Pujya Gurudev used to do as Balakrishna Menon? There was a Shiva's photo. He would look at Shiva's because he was bored with his bhajans and all. So this is how he used to pass his time. Looking at Lord Shiva's photo, close his eyes and then he would try to visualize that form. He was not knowing that he was doing one of the, prescribed meditation in the scriptures. This is how we should train our small children. Meditate on that beautiful form. Keep a form. Look at the form. Close your eyes. Try to visualize it. When that image gets blurred, again open your eyes. Look at that form. Close your eyes. Then what happens? You see, mind has some problems. One problem is inability to concentrate. The second problem is distraction. The third problem is the inability to withdraw the mind from the sense objects. All these problems are addressed when we are meditating upon a form. So all these techniques, for a beginner, it's absolutely essential. Right. But for those who have studied Vedanta, this form will appear boring, not very interesting. So for them, then they should be able to do this meditation. What is the meditation here? See each and every term here. Viditosi Bhavan, I know, O Lord, who you are. Sakshat Purusha. Sakshat means what? Sa-akshat. The one who is experienced directly without any instrument of medium is called Sakshat. So what is that entity which you are directly experiencing? It is nothing but consciousness. And the term used is Purusha. Bhagavan Shankaracharya in Vishnu Sahasranam gives various meanings for this term Purusha. Some of these meanings I will just read out. Purusha Puram Shariram Tasmin Shete iti Purusha. Puram means body. The one who resides in this body is called Purusha. So these are all the descriptions of consciousness. That entity which resides in this body and makes it sentient, that is Purusha. Second one, Purvameva aham iha asam iti tat purushasya purushatvam. What is the purushatvam of this Purusha? Purvameva aham asam. I was there even before. Even before the creation, I am there. This is again the description of consciousness. Consciousness has nothing to do with creation, sustenance or dissolution of this world. It is ever there. It alone was, it alone is, it alone will be, irrespective of the presence or absence of the world. Puruni, phalani, sanoti, dadati, iti Purusha. Who is Purusha? The one who gives Puruni. Puruni means phala. What phala? Karma phala. So the one who sees all the actions taking place, who is aware of all the actions of the Jivatma, and according to the karma, the one who gives phala is called Purusha. Puruni bhuvanani samhara samaye syati antam karoti iti Purusha. Puruni means bhuvanani. Syati. Puruni syati. Syati means destroying. The one who destroys the whole world at the time of pralaya is called a Purusha. See how many meanings you are bringing out in one word. This is the beauty of Sanskrit. And then Purusha also means Purnatvat Purusha. Who is Purusha? The one who is Purna, complete, perfect. Again the description of consciousness. And then Puranat Purusha, the one which gives perfection to the one who meditates upon it. So anyone who meditates upon consciousness starts experiencing the perfection in oneself. Puranat Purusha. Then Sadanat Purusha, that Purusha whose nature is Sat, existence. Immortality is the nature of that Purusha. So these are all the pointers for meditation. Sarva papasya sadhanat Purusha. Anyone who meditates upon this consciousness, what happens? All papas get destroyed. Because what is the source of all papa? Identification with the body. The moment a person meditates on consciousness, he becomes consciousness, he becomes the self of all, then the what you call, the reason for papa doesn't exist, because he sees himself in everyone. There is a vision of oneness. And wherever there is vision of oneness, there is love. And wherever there is love, there cannot be any sin. Cause of all sin is hatred. Cause of all virtues is love. And this love comes from the vision of oneness. So this is how Purusha is defined. In short, this Purusha means what? Pure consciousness, which is nothing but the self. So, O Lord, I know who you are. You are the self in all beings. Prakritehe paraha. See the next term. Prakritehe paraha. One who is beyond Prakriti. One who is beyond Prakriti means what? Prakriti means, so many definitions are there. One definition is that which is 5 elements. So that which is beyond 5 elements, that is the nature of consciousness. Prakriti also means Trigunatmika. So that which is free from 3 gunas. Yes. Prakritev paraha. Body is born out of Prakriti. Mind is born out of Prakriti. Intellect is born out of Prakriti. So that which is beyond body, mind, intellect. Prakriti paraha. Again, Prakriti can mean Sukshma Sthula Karana Shariras. The one who is beyond these 3 bodies, Shariratrayas. Prakriti also means Panchakoshas. So one who is beyond this. In short, all these are nothing but the definitions of consciousness. And now this term is beautiful. Kevala Anubhava Ananda Swarupaha. What is the nature of consciousness? It is said here, Kevala Ananda. Kevala Anubhava. This is a beautiful term. Kevala means what? Only one. That which is experienced. That which can be experienced in its purest form, without any other entity. See, when you are seeing a flower, what all things are you experiencing? Flower is there, but you are also experiencing the eyes that are seeing the flowers. So you are experiencing eyes also. But behind the eyes there is a mind also. So you are not just experiencing the flower, you are experiencing the flower, the eyes. And that eyes also, there is an Indriya and there is a Golaka. The power to see is there and the fleshy eye is there. Golaka is called the fleshy eye. So you are experiencing flower, You are experiencing Golaka, you are experiencing Indriya, you are experiencing mind, and you are aware that I am seeing it. So Ahankara is also there. How many entities are there? But when you are experiencing consciousness, how many entities are there? Kevala Anubhava. You are experiencing only consciousness. When experience of consciousness happens, it is Kevala Anubhava. There is no second entity there. Can you experience consciousness? Yes or no? Can you experience the presence of consciousness? I am conscious, that itself is an experience. Isn't it? See, when these terms come, don't try to intellectualize it, try to experience it. Anubhava, experience. What is experiencing? Being aware is called experiencing. At present, we are aware of the world. Fine, awareness is needed to know the world. But do you need anything to be aware of awareness? No, that is what is said here. Kevala Anubhava. You can be aware of awareness without the support of the mind, without the support of the senses, without the support of the world. And this is the only entity which you can know without the support of anything. That is why it is Kevala Anubhava. And what is the Anubhava of this self? Ananda Swarupa. See the next term. The moment you start experiencing awareness in all its purity, what is the definition of purity? When that thing alone is and nothing else is there, that is called as pure. Yes or no? Pure thing is that when we say that only that thing is and nothing else is, that is called as pure. As you grow in purity, in experiencing awareness, what happens to Ananda? That also starts increasing. Intensity of Ananda also increases. And when you are experiencing pure awareness, at that moment you are experiencing pure bliss also. Are you getting what I am saying? So Bhagavan, that is you. The self which is shining in me as awareness. Every moment that conscious presence is there. Which is Ananda Swarupa. Bhagavan Viditosi. You can't fool me. I know who you are. You are not this little one who is born now. You are there shining in my heart. As what? Sarva Buddhi Druk. As a witness of all my thoughts. Now these are all the verses from, you will find Upanishads. See how beautifully that message of the Upanishad is put in this story. The witness of my thoughts. Pratibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amrutam. Which Upanishad? Kena Upanishad. Pratibodha viditam matam. This is knowledge. What is knowledge? Pratibodha viditam. That with which every bodham is viditam. Every thought is known. That entity with which every thought is known. What is that entity? Consciousness. I am conscious of my thoughts. That consciousness. And what happens when we shift our attention to that consciousness? Amrutattvam hi vindate. You will attain immortality. Because this consciousness has no death. Atmana vindate viryam. this consciousness itself is Atma, and a person who shifts his attention to this self, this consciousness, Vindate Viryam, he becomes strong. Because this is the only entity which has no death, no decay. It is ever there. Vidyata, Vidyaya Vindate Amritam. Such a person becomes Amritam, immortal. That is true Vidya, which makes you immortal. That is true Vidya, which makes you strong, which makes you happy, peaceful, content. That is Vidya. Bhagavan Viditosi. I know who you are. You see this? On one side, he is celebrating Krishna's birth. On the other side, this is the way he is seeing Krishna. Amazing. And this is the way to study Bhagavatam. Otherwise, they say, Bhagavatam, how many stories are there? It's not story. Now comes an elaborate discussion of who this Bhagavan is. Okay? How he involves in creation. Right? That we will see tomorrow. Pure Vedanta. That is Vasudeva's stuti. Right. Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Gopala Mana Hari Narayana Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Gopala Mana Hari Narayana Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana Ram Mana Raja Ram Mana Sita Ram Mana Atma Ram Mana Sita Ram Mana. Together. Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Gopala Mana Hari Narayana Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana Shyam Mana Radhe Shyam Mana Ghana Shyam Mana Megha Shyam Mana Ghana Shyam Mana Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Gopala Mana Hari Narayana Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana Isha Mana Jagadisha Mana Paramesha Mana Sarvesha Mana Paramesha Mana Hari Mana Tumi Govinda Mana Tumi Gopala Mana Hari Narayana Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.